Hi guys, Daz here with another 1 week later comic book recap. And this time it is episode 4. And this time I'm going to be discussing the books that came out on December the 5th, 2018 and what they're doing on the secondary market. Let's get into it. DC Comics. Well, there were no real clear winners this week. There was a bit of a surprise with Batman 60 because it linked back to issue 38, but it's a bit speculative at this point. We'll just have to wait and see how that pans out. Probably one of the better reads that I've yet to get to, according to the forums at least, was Martian Manhunter issue 1. Of course, I picked up the stunning Middleton variant, and of course we've got another Middleton number 2 coming out. His B cover is on fire for that book, so check out Martian Manhunter, the B variant for issue 2. Marvel didn't see a lot of movement this time around on the secondary market, but I am going to show you 1 or 2 books that did okay. First off, we have Immortal Hulk. This is number 10, the Inhuckley variant. This is the book in question, guys. The Inhuckley variant, and that is for Immortal Hulk number 10. That was one of the picks on the forums last week, but although it is a great cover and nice to add to your personal collection, it didn't see as much movement as expected. There are a few listings throwing cover A with this, set at around the $8.99 price range, but unless those sellers get those at dealer cost, there's not much profit margin for a $3.99 book. The new Killmonger movie variant. This is the book in question. Movie variant for Killmonger. That saw some movement on the secondary market, with one sold listing at $15, but not much heat since. Most sales were around the given retailer price range for this ratio variant. So this one only worked out for sellers if they got it for cover price, okay? If you missed out though, there are lots of sales at the $6 range. Bill Sienkiewicz fans has probably flocked to get the Winter Soldier incentive variant. That's this one. I do like Bill Sienkiewicz's work, but I didn't pick up Winter Soldier this week. Last week. That was an incentive, but most shops would have listed it around the $30 range, but they've only really peaked that book at $35, and that was only for one sale. And so most of them are going around about the $25 mark. So you're not onto a winner with that book. One even sold at $10. So if you did miss out on that originally, now's the time to buy because it has dropped. There is one more book that was doing well from Marvel, but it was probably out of the reach for a lot of people, and that is the 1 in 100 Hidden Gem variant for Uncanny X-Men issue 4. It was a Mark Brooks Hidden Gem variant. I didn't see this in my LCSs. Now, like I say, most shops would have put that up at about the $100 range, but some sales have been over the $250 range on that book. They're settling down around the $200. So if you found that for dirt cheap, like I say, it can be done. I found the Justice League 8 sketch variant from Jim Lee for £4 cover price on my shelves. But like I say, the advice is if you do find them for dirt cheap, sell them because they probably won't stay at the $200 mark. I'm not the biggest fan of Mark Brooks. independent books, and they were probably, again, the standout books of the week. Once again, we find ourselves talking about Rags. And Rags 1, the second printing came out. Rags 1, the second printing. Like I say, I'm fortunate enough that I have Rags 1, the real McCoy. Paid $35 for it at a recent con. Delighted with that book. But the Rags 1 second printing was enjoying more success. It was at a peak of about $50, but it settled down around about the $20 mark. Okay, guys. I was going to buy it when it came out from a place in space on eBay, but they automatically put it up at £19.99. So if I hadn't have had the first printing, I would have probably bought it. So I still think about the $20 range is pretty good. That book did sell out quickly online, and then the two LCSs I went to didn't have them. And like I say, Antarctic Press are on fire at the moment with a lot of their titles. And this is a book I didn't know about at all. And although it was a $10 book to start off with, Dunkirk, the one-shot. I mean, you guys know about this one. Dunkirk, the one-shot. That's from Sam Glansman. I was seeing some slight success, being a solid $20 book with a couple of around being sold at the $25 range. There weren't a whole lot there's not a lot listed. In fact, there's none on eBay at the moment. Recent sales have been about 25 with postage included. If you can find them, pick them up. By all accounts, it's just basically a war tale. Of course, Source 1 hit the stands recently, and that was a big book. I managed to find a copy for about the £10 mark for myself. Last week saw the second printing came out. This is the second printing. Okay, that's the second printing of Source 1. Now, most sales have been around the $10 mark for that. But they have been as low as $5. I think that's a good pickup for that price. We also saw issue 2 hit the stands. I missed out on this. I was desperate to get this book, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I think they are listed now for about £9 to £10 on eBay. That's Source issue 2 from Scout Comics. And that's a $10 to $15 book. Like I say, around about the £10 book. There is a rare retailer variant that's limited to just 300 copies. And that's selling for around the $30 range. So if you can find that one, what a pickup for 300. Just limited to 300 books. Now, one book that I did find last week that's done pretty well. And I'm happy to have this one. This has turned out to be a solid £10 book. Give or take a few bucks. And this is sold out quickly online despite being limited to one customer by Midtown. And that is Ogre #2 from Source Point Press. This is definitely a nice book to have, guys. Like I say, I picked up issue 1 as well. I've got a couple of copies of issue 1. Excited to read this one. It's a great premise. If you can find Ogre, get on board with it. However, the book of the week, and I missed out on it, and I'm cursing myself. And that seems to be Grumble. And that is from Albatross. Here's Grumble. If you can find this with the word bubble, you're onto a real winner. That's Grumble from Albatross. What can I tell you about Grumble? Like I say, there's a secret word bubble variant, and some raw sales were upwards of $100 already, and a few others in the $60 range. So if you can find the Witchcraft bubble variant, that one seems like the clear winner. But most, if not all of the other bubble variants are selling quite well if you can find them. So it wasn't a bad week, but it wasn't a real solid week. A lot of the books being second prints. But like I say, indie seems to lead the way again. That's my recap, guys. Let me tell you my podium places. In at the bronze medal for this week, I'm putting up Ogre 2. Solid £10 book there, guys. Ogre 2 from Source Point Press is my bronze of the week. In at silver. Just can't get away from it, can you? It's Rags, the second printing in silver medal. And my gold, I just finished with it for the week, is Grumble from Albatross. Especially if you can find that word bubble. Okay, that's Dazzie's comic book recap. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Stay tuned for some alerts.